In a few moments, rounds 4 and 5 of sky surfing, but when we return, free flying. We say hello again from the SSI Tour from Titusville, Florida. Up next, the free flying competition. Just 8 miles across the Indian River stands the Kennedy Space Center, where not sky surfers, of course, but astronauts fly through the air. Over 3 million visitors every year coming here to explore the wonder of American space exploration. The firing room provides spectators a first-hand view of the struggle and the triumph of America's race for space, which began with the initial Mercury launches and then culminated with the historic launch of Apollo 8. The present-day space shuttles lift off from Kennedy Space Center with frequent regularity. Space travel is a commonplace occurrence in Central Florida, but whether it's an astronaut or a sky surfer, hard training and courage, both required every time a spacecraft lifts off or when a sky surfer or a free flyer leaps from 13,000 feet. And it is time for free flying. Team Flyboys out the door.
Free flying is a new concept as a team sport. It requires a camera flyer and 2 performers. All 3 have to have formidable flying ability. And the Paris Valley Flyboys are second to none in that category.
And they dominate through 4 rounds of competition. Team Free Fly Clowns, Olaf Zipser in the foreground. He actually the crossover, a sky surfer as well. The cameraman, Charles Bryan, and Zipser's girlfriend, Stefania Martinengo.
Stefania is doing a freestyle move called a compass and keeping her foot against Olaf's chest while he swims head down.
Through 4 rounds, Z Airtime making a little bit of a comeback. Germain, Mahaffey, and Nicholas. Nicholas, the cameraman.
A team with a very unique and complex style. They do a lot of link maneuvers like that linked 2-man cartwheel.
New team for 97, Adrian Nicholas, the cameraman, forming this 3-way competition. Flyboys lead it after 4 rounds of competition. Airtime, Mad Style, the Chronic, 3, 4, and 5 respectively. Final round action. And the Clowns are set to take to the sky again. The man on your right, Olaf Zipser, one of the most experienced skydivers in the world, around 12,000 jumps. The cameraman, Charles Bryan, hanging out the back.
Olaf Zipser literally invented the sport of free flying. Now here's a link maneuver out of the door. Very difficult. What they're going to try to do is actually stay linked together like a human jigsaw puzzle, and there it is. Very difficult to do.
Olaf accomplishes the maneuver by hanging onto the harness underneath her leg. Now they split apart.
Now, this is the second camera view, and you can see Charles Bryan, the camera flyer, orbiting around Stefania and Olaf Zipser. Stefania is doing a lot of freestyle maneuvers, and these maneuvers are somewhat slower than most free-flying maneuvers. So both Olaf Zipser and Charles Bryan have to carefully match their fall rates so they don't drop away from Stefania.
Free fall can be anywhere from 120 to a head-down position around 160 to 80 miles an hour.
On the left is the second camera flyer's view of the team's performance. Now you'll notice how busy each team member is, making sure they're doing their part for the performance.
For the Free Fly Clowns, every jump's a happy jump. 92.5. The overall score holds them in second spot for right now.
Nice job.
Yeah.
First competition.
Airborne again here in Titusville. Z Airtime. Nicholas, the cameraman. Germain, Mahaffey, third after 4 rounds of competition.
Ready, set, go!
A linked exit as the camera flyer is also holding on to the team. They separate, fly into position. Now this is a sky hook. Very difficult to pull off this kind of flying. Remember, these guys are traveling at about 170 miles an hour. Now here's a 2-man cartwheel, the only team to pull this off. This is called a Spock.
A lot of interaction between the teams and timing critical at the speeds they're falling. Small maneuvers can be big, big mistakes.
And those big mistakes happen when you're transitioning. Due to the speed these guys are traveling at, one little slip and they can blow right apart. And it takes a lot of skill to stay together. A move this team invented is the sky hook. Flying head down and head up, they come together and link feet. They both go inverted and link up for the 2-man cartwheel.
Z Airtime.
Something wonderful just happened.
Something wonderful. Hopefully the judges will reflect that. 93.5, the battle for the top continues. Seeded number 1 in the final round, the Flyboys.
synced up exit. Now watch as the flyboys let go and free fly this routine.
There aren't many better as they get into their three-dimensional mode.
Look at the camera awareness they have. They're always aware of exactly where Fritz Vanur is. It's extremely important that you have that camera communication because the judges are watching for that. Here you see both team members head down as Michael Ortiz carves around Eli in a helicopter. Oh, Fritz Vanur loses Michael in the top of the frame for just a second.
The exit move as we run out of time. And who can you applaud if you can't applaud yourself?
A free fly team is measured by each individual's ability to fly, as well as their ability to fly as pairs, and you can see that illustrated here.
The Flyboys have led through every round. Nice variety bonus points to wrap it up. The overall score will ensure their championship.
Do it up! Yeah! Yeah!
Winners in Titusville for the Flyboys. They're high atop the pack with 97.9. We'll talk to them in just a few moments, but when we come back, there is a war of boards going on. Sky surfing. Birch McCormick currently in second, looking for the top spot. Flyboys overshadowed 96 much of the time by the Clowns. Today celebrating victory and a lot of pride in what they do.
It's really a privilege to be a part of it. Seeing what everybody's done this year, the sport has advanced so much. The fact that we're on top the whole time is a privilege. I mean, it's an honor to be the best flyers in the world right now because what we were up against is incredible, what everyone can do. I'm just honored.